In continuation to phylum Oomycota, the order is Saprolegniales. I'm N.H. Shankar Reddy, PhD Plant Pathology. So in the previous lecture, I have mentioned that there are eight important phylums eight important orders are there in Oomycota. The Saprolegniales, Pithiales, Paranosporales, Sclerosporales, Leptometals, Rhiphidiales, like that I have mentioned eight orders. Now we are going to see in detail about Saprolegniales. So saprolegniales are generally are popularly known as water molds fungus. Majority of the members are saprophytes and very few members are parasites. So this water molds fungi, like especially the saprolegnia, got its importance when it starts to infect aquatic organisms. So few of the members that belong into this saprolegniales that actually infects are parasitic on fishes. Now I'm just giving some important diseases. Saprolegnia parasitica, which is aquatic and it is a parasitic on fish and aquatic organisms. Aponomyces eutychus, Aphanomyces eutychus, which causes root rot of peas, and Aphanomyces astacei, European crayfish, it causes diseases. And generally, to isolate this saprolegniales, boiled hemp seeds can be recommended as a baits for the isolation. You just boil the hemp seeds and put it in the soil, and we can easily isolate this saprolegniales. At present, there are two families are there, 20 genera and 132 species have been recognized so far. And the two families that we are going to discuss in the saprolegniales are Saprolegniaceae and Leptolegniaceae. These are all the two families that we are going to discuss in this presentation. So the examples of this is what are different kinds of fungi that comes under saprolegniales are Aphanomyces, Acaila, Saprolegnia, Leptolegnia, Plectospira, Ditius, and Thrastotheca. These are all the few examples. Among that, we are going to see just one or two fungi, which is of plant parasitic as well as which are parasitic on various fishes and aquatic organisms. The two families are, as I mentioned, Saprolegniaceae and Leptolegniaceae, and examples are given here, and that I'm going to discuss in the later slides also. Family is Saprolegniaceae. There are two types of zoospores are produced. I'm not going to tell you in detail about all those things. Just common features are important features I have mentioned here. Two types of zoospores are produced in the life cycle of Saprolegniaceae or Saprolegnia. The primary zoospores are pyriform in shape. The secondary zoospores are reniform in shape. In saprolegniales, only one order. There is only one order which is actually comes under this Oomycota, which consists of both auxiliary and primary zoospores. This is the only one order which produces these two kinds of or different kinds of zoospores. That is auxiliary zoospores and principal zoospores. Although both forms are not produced in all the genera. That's why the saprolegniales are very important. So due to the production of two kinds of zoospores, it is called as diplanetism or dimorphic. Di means twice, morpho means shapes. Generally two kinds of we can say diplanetism, the production of two kinds of zoospores. So the shapes I have given here. So here several oospores in a oogonium is produced. That is also one of the special feature. If you see Pythium and Phytophthora, in a oogonium, only one oospore are produced. If we see this saprolegnia, several oospores are produced in a oogonium. That is also one of the important and special feature of the saprolegniales. And the species produced one kind of zoospores is known as monoplanetic. Mono means single, morphic means shape or form. So dimorphic means two forms or two different kinds of zoospores. So different motile stages are present. It is called dimorphism, also called as the diplanetism also. I repeat once again, the saprolegnia, there are two kinds of zoospores are produced. That is one of the special feature of the saprolegniales. The primary zoospores are pyriform shaped. The secondary zoospores are reniform shaped. And the oospore which is produced inside the oogonium is multiple number of oospores are produced. Several number of oospores are produced. If we see other genera, they produce only one kind of oospore in a oogonium. Here when it comes to saprolegniales, the production of multiple number or several number of oospores in a oogonium is also one of the special feature of this saprolegniaceae. If it is produced only one kind of zoospore, it is called monomorphic or monoplanetism. If it is produced two kinds of zoospores, it is called diplanetic or dimorphism. And some other important points includes like dioecious, which actually produces different swam spores, but the zoospore is a single only. That's why it is called as a polyplanetism but monoplanetism. Don't confuse here. There is a fungi called dictyochus. This only one kind of zoospore only. The forms are the types are like different forms can appear. So that's why it's called as polyplanetism. Many forms, but the single zoospore only is changing or shaping into different forms. That's why it's called as monoplanetism. It's like a monoplanetism kind of polyplanetism. So don't confuse yourself. One kind of zoospore only, but many forms. That's it. And majority of the Saprolegniaceae family are hermaphroditic and homothallic, and very few species are heterothallic also, like Achaila and Dictytus. These species are heterothallic, but majority of the species are homothallic. And hermaphroditic means consists of both male and female reproductive organs, reproductive forms actually. Sexual reproduction in Saprolegniales is oogamous type, where male and male reproductive organ antheridium and female reproductive organ is called oogonium, where coming in contact and exchange the gametes. So such kind of reproduction is called oogamous type of reproduction, where here the oogonium is bigger in shape. Actually globose are spherical in shape, very bigger when compared to the antheridium, that is male reproductive organ. And the majority of the fish pathogens, all the majority of the Saprolegniales, there are 8 species are there. Majority of them are naturally or artificially they are fish pathogens, like Saprolegnia, Leptolegnia, Achaila, Aphanomyces, Leptometas, Pithiopsis, Thrashtothica, and Calyptothica. These are all are majorly fish pathogens. Among the fish pathogens, these 3 are very important one: Saprolegnia, Aphanomyces, Achaila. These 3 species are very important pathogens for aquaculture. And remember one more thing: majority of the Oomycota, not majority. Oomycota group of cell wall is made up of cellulose plus hydroxyproline, but there is an exemption in the Oomycota group of fungi, that is Saprolegnia, Leptometas, Achaila, Aphadogyla. These 4 fungi, even though they comes under Oomycota, their cell wall contains chitin. So in exams, we may expect chitin containing Oomycetes group of fungi. Which of the following are chitin containing Oomycetes group of fungi? Or which of the following fungi, even though they are placed under Oomycetes group of Oomycota, their cell wall is made up of chitin, something like that. I repeat once again: Saprolegnia, Achaila, Aphadogyla, Leptometas. These are all the 4 fungi. Even though they are placed under Oomycetes, their cell wall contains chitin. Let's go one by one, and few just a couple of important genera are there. The first one is Saprolegnia. Very few species of Saprolegnia, such as Saprolegnia parasitica and Saprolegnia polymorpha, generally causes the diseases to fish and as well as eggs of fishes. And especially Saprolegnia parasitica, which causes the salmon disease of a fish. So it is also very important. Salmon disease of fish is caused by Saprolegnia parasitica, and it causes severe damages or significant damages to fish around the world. That's why slowly the Saprolegnia gains importance, because it becomes a fish pathogen. And when we see the oospore walls, inside an oil globule like structure will be there, that is called ooplast. This is the oil globule like structure, which are actually globule like or globus like structure, which are present inside the oospore, that is known as ooplast. I repeat once again: oospore is generally thick walled. We can see clearly, observe here, multi walled, right? Very thick walled. It was a thick walled spore. Inside an oil globule like structure will be there, that is called ooplast. We can observe here. This is a ooplast. It is a oosphere or a oospore, a multicelled oospore, which is inside an oil globule like structure will be there, that is called ooplast. So here sexual reproduction is oogamous type, that we already discussed, where male antheridium, female oogonium come in contact with each other and exchange the gametes. Here on the position of ooplast, I repeat once again, on the position of ooplast. What is ooplast? There is a small oil globule like structure which is present inside the oospore, is known as ooplast. So inside the ooplast, uh, this ooplast arrangement and position, there are 4 types of oospores are there. Based on the position and arrangement of ooplast, there are 4 types of oospores are distinguished in the Saprolegniales. So the 4 types of arrangements are based on the ooplast: eccentric, centric, subcentric, subacentric, eccentric. I repeat once again, centric, which means the ooplast is in the center, which was actually surrounded by a small what can I say, lipid droplets. These all things are lipid droplets. I repeat once again, centric means in the center of the oospore. There is a small oil globule like structure is present, that is called ooplast. So actually the ooplast is present at the center, which was surrounded by small oil droplets, that is called centric. Example is Saprolegnia hypogena, Saprolegnia ferox. Subcentric, which means the ooplast lies at one corner, but the remaining corner is completely occupied by the lipid droplets. That's why it's called subcentric. At one corner the ooplast is present, another corner mostly this lipid droplets are present. Example is Saprolegnia uniforma and Saprolegnia terrestris. Sub-eccentric. Here small droplets, all these small droplets in the previous centric and subcentric I told you, here if you see this droplets very small, but when it comes to subcentric, all the small liquid droplets, all the small droplets all combined or fused together, they become appears like a very big droplets, and on the opposite side the ooplast is completely lies to the walls of the oospore, inside walls of the oospore. Example is Saprolegnia eccentrica, and the last one is eccentric. So this all droplets are all combined together and become almost a very big size, almost the size equal to this ooplast, and just pushes this ooplast to one corner by creating a little bit of pressure. So this kind of is known as eccentric. These are all the four types of ooplast based on the arrangement of four types of oospores based on the arrangement of ooplast. I repeat once again, ooplast is nothing but inside the oospore there is a small oil vacuole or vacuole like structure will be there, that is called ooplast. This is the sexual reproduction of Saprolegnia. We can take primary juice pores, secondary juice pores. So production of two kinds of juice pores is an important feature of Saprolegnia. One more important feature is in the oogonium contains multiple number of oospores or many number of oospores. That is also one of the common feature of the life cycle. Again, same gamete-angel contact type where male and female gamete come in contact with each other, and a fertilization tubule will formed on the exchange of gametes. That's happen after fertilization. Multiple number of oospores are formed in the oogonium. That is also one of the important feature. The next genus is Achyla. As I told you, this two important genuses. There is Saprolegnia and Achyla. Other genuses also there that we are not that much concentrating on that. Achyla bisexualis, Achyla ambisexualis, also known as Achyla heterosexualis, and Achyla klebsiana. These are all the important genus of this Achyla. This Achyla cell wall is made up of chitin that I already mentioned in the previous slides. And other genuses include Thrastothica, Dictatus, and Pythiopsis, which are of less importance because of only one kind of motile stages are present in Thrastothica and Dictatus. Generally, juice pores are principal type and said to be monomorphic. A couple of examples are Thrastothica clavate, Dictatus sterile, and Pythiopsis cymosa. These are all a couple of examples. The second family is, the first family is Saprolegniaceae, and the second family now we are discussing is Leptolegniaceae. In the Leptolegniaceae, only one important genus are there, that is Aphanomyces. In the Saprolegniaceae, Saprolegnia, Achyla, and other genuses that we have discussed. In the Leptolegniaceae, only one important genus, that is Aphanomyces. This Aphanomyces actually removed from the Saprolegniaceae. Before it was actually under the classification of Saprolegniaceae only. Later it was reclassified under Leptolegniaceae, but still it is under Saprolegniales only. I repeat, before this Aphanomyces was under Saprolegniaceae family. Later it was reclassified to the family Leptolegniaceae, but still it is under Saprolegniales order only. So the monograph of Aphanomyces was written by Scott in 1961, and it gains notorious importance, gains very great importance. There is a species Aphanomyces astiaceae which causes plague disease in European crayfish, and it is very difficult to control. So with that momentum, this fungi got importance. There are a couple of Aphanomyces species that generally causes disease in fish as well as crops. Root rot of peas, which is caused by Aphanomyces eutychus. Crayfish plague, which is caused by Aphanomyces astaceae. sugar beet block rot, which is caused by Aphanomyces cochleoides, ulcerative syndrome in fish, which is caused by Aphanomyces invadens. These are all the couple of important species of Aphanomyces. So this is about Saprolegniales, very small order only, very couple of points are only, very few things that we need to keep it in mind. So production of two kinds of zoospores, many number of oospores are present in a ooplast, in a oogam, in a oosphere, and this Saprolegniales, Achaila, Aphadogaila, Leptometus, all this fungal cell wall is made up of chitin. So these are all the few points that we need to keep it in mind, and few of them causes fish pathogens, right? Since it is called water molds, so few causes diseases in fishes. For example, salmon disease of fish, Saprolegnia parasitica, and European crayfish, Saprolegnia astatis, something like that, right? So for further more information, students can refer my book, A Vision into Plant Pathology, a complete student version. Further guidance and clarifications, students can reach us at www.geekyresearcher.com. Stay geeky and stay tuned. We are Team Geeky Researchers.